Hey VC, I'm on here today to make a video to show you my Norman Whitfield produced collection and talk a little bit about Norman Whitfield. He's one of my favorite producers from the psychedelic soul genre, the original classic psychedelic soul genre. One of my favorite producers in general, also a songwriter. So he and his family moved from Harlem to Detroit. So when he's 19 years old, he started hanging around the Motown offices, trying to get his foot in the door. Barry Gordy noticed his persistence and brought him on as a quality control person, then worked his way up to songwriter, producer. He often collaborated with a lyricist by the name of Barrett Strong. They are known for writing the hit song Heard It Through the Grapevine. So 1968, right around then, sees the beginning of his psychedelic soul era, those production techniques. There were a lot of things going on socially that inspired it, and also musically, such as Sly and the Family Stone, Funkadelic, groups like that. He had a 25-year career. In '75, he actually broke from Motown, started his own label, Whitfield Records. So I'm just going to start showing you what I have. This is by no means a complete collection of his work as a producer, but it's what I have. So we'll start with Puzzle People by the Temptations. This is made in 1969. So I think my favorite song in this one is Message from a Black Man. Next up, one of the more well-known ones is Psychedelic Shack. It's a 1970 release. And if you're familiar with Public Enemy and their album Welcome to the Terror Dome, they sampled the title track from this album, Psychedelic Shack, on their song Welcome to the Terror Dome. And I really like Take a Stroll Through Your Mind on this one, as well as the title track. Because yeah, it is like taking a stroll through your mind. It's on the mellower side, but very good. So then we have Solid Rock by the Temptations. It's a gatefold. And on this album, there was some tension between Whitfield and the Temptations, because they were wanting to get back to focusing more on their voices, more on their ballads. So this album is a mixture of, like, you know, psychedelic rockers and ballads. All around good album. Favorite song? Probably Stop the War Now. It's a 12-minute and 20-second epic. And after that one, we have 1990. It's made in '73. The inner sleeve was another paper sleeve. This one's interesting because he utilizes a drum machine on one of the tracks. And favorite track on this album is probably going to be the whole of side B. I kind of look at it as one continuation. So you have 1990 and Zoom. So in '75, he broke from Motown, started his own label, Whitfield Records. And the group I have from Whitfield is going to be the Undisputed Truth. Heavier on the funk influences, but still soulful. This is Higher Than High, and made in '75. And favorite track is probably the title track, Higher Than High. Poontang's pretty good too. It's a funny one. Next album I have by them is Method to the Madness. And unfortunately, I didn't look at this one very closely. I was in a flea market, and there was one of those really dark booths. You know, lighting's not always optimal. I could have pulled out my phone and looked, but I didn't. So I just got it home, cleaned it up, and it's just, it's so noisy that I can't listen to it, but I still have this for whatever reason. Probably to remind me to track down a good copy of this. And next is Smokin, and this is probably of the albums I've heard that I own, my favorite one of theirs. It's 79, I believe. Yeah, 79. A little bit of the seam split going on there. That's a bad. And favorite song on this one is Space Machine, and if I'm going to DJ a gig and I know the vibe they're wanting is like a soul and funk type of vibe, or if I'm opening for a band that's a soul band or funk band, I often use Space Machine to open up a set with because it's got a nice build to it. Starts out from silence and just gradually builds up in volume with a memorable bass line, simple bass line. The drums kick in gradually and then bang, you know, you're there. It's got really good synth work on it too. So that's my Norman Whitfield collection. Let me know in the comments what you think of Norman Whitfield, what you have that he's produced, and how about even what current neo-psych soul bands you like. And I hope you have a good day and happy spinning. Bye.